Hey, how's it going? I missed you. It's been kind of tough lately. I can't say it's been the worst, of course. After all, I have my kitty with me. You've been amazing. And I just want to reinforce that. Through all these trying times. The investigation and that thing that happened. Well, things have been not the best. But I'm thankful that between us, they've never changed. Not even once. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed having time with you. And I've enjoyed having time in general. To just not think of everything. All those crazy things out there. All the things I don't want to think about. All those things that I know we have to deal with. But I just can't get myself to focus on it. Mostly because every time I think about it, it just reminds me. Reminds me that sometimes I can't do anything about it. That sometimes I have to throw in the towel. But you know what? When I hold your hand, my kitty, my precious kitty cat, you give me life. You breathe hope into me, even when I don't think I have any. I just think to myself, where would I be without you? And I can only think I'd be doing something drastic. Chasing after ghosts of the past and getting frustrated. So much so that I wouldn't know what to do. I'd just stand there fuming, asking myself what's wrong with me. Why did I let this happen? Or maybe just telling myself how I'm failing, instead of looking you in the eyes and seeing those beautiful glowing gemstones of pupils that you have. Those poetic, wonderful things that I like to call the window of your soul. And that make me feel not so alone. That make me feel special. Wonderful even. And I just can't get enough of you. You're my baby. And I really, really can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of your intelligence, too. Far too much, it's just attraction. But for me, it's never been just that. Well, excuse me. Your attraction is incredible. I'd actually say it's... If it was the animal kingdom, it would be like a lion, where everyone else is a house cat. It's so much more fascinating, captivating, and just overall, the apple in my eye is the kitty to my cat paw mittens. And I feel like life is warmer with you. So come on. Let's smile together and make today really nice. Don't you believe we can? I certainly do. I know we can. But I just need to know. Is there anything you'd like to know that I haven't told you? Or or anything bothering you in your mind. It's really important to know. For several reasons. First and foremost, the less secrets we keep, the easier things will be for us through so much. No matter what happens, we'll get to the bottom of the mystery. I believe that. But I believe I can only do it with you. I believe that it's pointless to fret over it. What do you mean by that? I see. I'm glad you believe in me. It's reassuring. Someone as intelligent, great and caring as you, considering me so much. And besides, what else is there in this world besides love? I don't think anything can beat it. I don't think I'll ever be able to let go of the love I ever had. Not with anyone I've ever cared about. To be honest, I wouldn't try so hard to get back a corpse of someone I cared about. If I didn't have this truth to my heart, that no matter how much I try, the people who are special to me will always hold a piece of my heart. And I think you're the biggest piece of all. I really want to do more than this. Consider that some appreciation. But we're just getting started. There's so much more today. I have some good things planned. Between the things that we need to get done. And Koda's coming with us. I thought it was too sad leaving him behind. After all, he really enjoys your company. It's amazing. You've inspired an old cat to learn some new tricks. Well, I guess he's not that old. But sometimes he acts like an old man. Other times a spoiled prince. But one thing's for sure. I want to be open and honest. Clear with you. So, you think I couldn't see, right? Well, you'd be wrong. You probably want to know more, don't you? The details about everything I told you. About why I visit the grave. It's not what I'd like it to be. To be honest, I feel kind of ashamed. You see, my friend, she was admittedly quite a lot like you. But what hurt me so bad, more than her dying, was just how much of a kind and caring person. No, I wish I could say it was that. It was because of her quirk. I want to say it was something nice. I thought it would be something that could protect her, take care of her, even when I wasn't around. So I'll be honest with you. She was more the one taking care of me. Like a big sister, even though I was taller than her. Even though I was stronger than her. Even though my quirk was better at deterring bullies, she couldn't even control hers. Like a child, trying to be tougher than she was. Because she knew the villains, or in this case, the bullies, really knew how to get to me. They'd always pick on me, telling me I was just gonna become a villain. That I should quit trying to masquerade around as a hero and just leave. She'd fight for me. I, of course, would try and help, but even though she was weak, she would always beat them. You see, the thing about her quirk wasn't that it was a strong one. At least not in the conventional sense. No. It was a quirk that was a terrible thing in so many ways. Her quirk was rapid regeneration. No matter how much people would beat her down, no matter how much they'd injure her, they knew she'd come back. They knew they could get away with using their own quirks. And the amount of pain she must have felt, it must have been horrible. Something I don't even want to think about. It was inhuman. And honestly, they'd always get away with it. There was no proof. Even if the blood was proven to be hers, they could just make the excuse that it wasn't them. She got the short end of the stick, all because of me. And my feelings on it. They'd purposefully not say a word, knowing I couldn't do anything if they didn't answer my question. Back then, it was even worse, because my trick only worked one time. Sure, she was happy that once. I remember her smiling through the blood. You should never have to see someone so special to yourself suffer like that. It was beyond abuse. It was something worse. Such a feeling. The only people I could wish it for were those that took advantage of her. I trained. I tried to be stronger. But it wasn't enough. The bullies were older and bigger than me. And while I might seem big enough now, I was quite a small child. So much so that they towered over me. And they weren't afraid to use their quirks a little bit on me too. After they got done with her, they'd mostly keep at it until she was disabled. But then what would happen? They'd turn to me, make fun of me, letting a little girl fight for me. That's lower than villain. They'd always pick a fight, acting like I told her to do this. It pissed me off. It made me feel like she was doing too much. So much that on the day everything happened, it was a day I had a fight with her. I told her to stop treating me like I'm a little kid, that I can stay stand up for myself. The words came out harsher than I wanted. And it sucked. I felt terrible. Because I made her cry. I made her feel like everything she had endured meant nothing. All because I couldn't handle it. My pride got the best of me. I thought I was doing something for her, that I was somehow giving her a free pass to just ignore someone picking on her best friend. Do you know how many times I'd watch, try and help, in a grueling fight of her being injured again and again, never relenting, landing one punch here or there. Sometimes it lasted hours. The villains, the bullies, they would do such unspeakable things. I craved a quirk that could make them suffer even a fraction of what she went through. I never wanted it. None of it. And I was thankful for her protection, even if I couldn't bring myself to. It doesn't matter. Because she ran. She ran into the forest. And I could see her at first. The tears. When she looked back, it was a look of pure betrayal. And I blamed myself. No matter how much I wanted to follow her, I didn't. I just looked. Watched her disappear. But then I felt guilty. You know how it is. After the moment settles, you can face yourself. Face what you've done. And I thought it was just gonna be a normal day. I thought it was just gonna be another time. Another time that just... I thought it was gonna be okay. No matter what I imagined, I never actually thought that something like that, something so terrible, could happen. Or that even villains like that existed in the world. I was naive. And my naivety, it cost me more than ever. Before it was just punches and mean words. But when I saw her, what was left of her, struggling to regrow, struggling to fix what that horrible man did, I could see it. She looked straight at me. She looked at me, and she did the worst thing. Something that made me feel a million times worse. She smiled at me. She smiled at me through the pain and the tears, her body in pieces, strewn about. And she mouthed something that didn't make me feel any better, she said, "It's not your fault." And then she faded away, like a ghost. Or so I thought. I immediately taunted the man into a question, and right as his knife was about to pierce my throat, I remember a trickle of blood running down and the pain of the knife just barely going through my skin. And then he froze with those same fearful eyes that he didn't deserve to express. And that's when I did my most cruel, but something I could never regret. Not now. Not ever. Even if I try to, no part of me feels bad. Not anymore. Especially not now. What made everything so much worse? What made everything so much more terrible is when I was walking over to her. What was left of her upper half. I heard a cough. I ran over. I tried to piece her back together, like some kind of toy. I thought maybe, just maybe, if I put her back together, she could recover. But instead, her eyes just followed me. It was some kind of peaceful, but sad, breathless voice. She said things, but I couldn't hear it. She tried to tell me something, but I missed it. And then I saw it. Something I never expected to see. In my friend I thought could never die. I saw her eyes go blank. No more movement. And then it ended. Just like that. Everything came to a silence. The bubbles of the lake, they even ceased by this point. I desperately tried to control what words were left of her. I tried to force her with my work to live. And the difficult part was, it connected. I commanded her again and again. Live, 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 live. But I couldn't. It was too late. Not even an absolute command could do it. I felt anguish, and everything went in slow motion. I don't even remember the next week. But I remember distinctly hearing her in my dreams. She told me again and again sweet and gentle things. But those are the last things you want to hear. In that horrible state, when you know you caused it, even if I couldn't blame my circumstance, I still couldn't alleviate it. It was my burden. I remember going to her parents and begging them for forgiveness. Her brother and sister looking at me with such a hopeless and pitiful hatred, a half-baked one. It's like they knew I tried, and they appreciated that, but they hated me deep down for not saving their daughter, their sister. And as much as I may try and seem strong, to this day, I feel she's my responsibility. And because I have to be honest with you, she was my first love. Even if I didn't realize it. Now understand something. I'm telling you this not to make you insecure, not to make you feel like you're less because you're not, but because I think you deserve to know. At least that memory, the memoir. I feel it's my duty, my charge in this world. And I can't do things half-heartedly. Just like if you're going to be my love, my kitty cat, my love, then I'm going to have to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you tell me the same. I want to hear it. That thing that's been bothering you. I spilled my heart's darkest secrets. My biggest guilt. I've shed tears. And even failed in my charge to protect a corpse. You know, they had to bury her in pieces. They tried to make it a proper funeral, but it was closed casket. But enough of that. Enough of my failures. You've taught me one thing, and that's why I can smile even now through the pain. That even if I feel it's my fault, it's the past. It's something that no longer has to haunt me. Not because I don't cherish the memories, but because I have to be stronger. And if I'm gonna give my whole heart to you, I need this closure. Will you help me find it? And will you tell me what aches in your heart I'm listening with everything I am as your man. Everything I am as that scared little boy. Just as much. And everything I am as a heart open and bleeding for you. So lay it on me. Nothing is too much. Nothing is too little. I want to hear you in your raw, your insecurities, the things that make you feel like you're not good enough. Because I'll dispel them. And now that I've told you something that I bet is 10 times worse than what you've done, why don't you tell me the truth in all its ugly glory? Because that's what I want. Baby, I don't just want you. I want you and everything you consider baggage. Everything you are as a person, as a soul. Not just love. Not just like. But the pain too. Get it off that chest of yours. And tell me how you really feel. Tell me how everything in life is. It's as simple as that. You don't have to bottle up anything. Let it out. And I'm going to be there for you. Now and forever. You can't give up. Thank you for telling me this much, but keep going. It's okay. Your struggles, your hurt, your sadness, I'll dispel it right here and now. As soon as you ask me how. It's simple, really. I'm gonna prove to you that I don't need this power. That I don't need to be controlling you for you to beat this. Did I startle you? Don't be startled. I was just teasing a bit. What we need isn't the seriousness, isn't the intensity. No. What we need is each other. What we need is to find our path together. You best believe that I've thought this through. And you also better believe me. I'll never let you feel alone again. Not now, not ever. You're my everything. And I won't compromise that. Because well, I don't know how. And even if I could, I'd never forgive myself for making another decision that was that bad. Losing another, putting you in danger. They're just synonymous with ceasing to be. And besides all that, seeing you here, in your raw, it's given me courage. A place to truly express how I feel. And I feel so very much. You know, all this has taught me how much I need you. How much I want you. and everything in between. You struck out to me. Among all those other people, the fake ones, the ones that think I'm just a second-rate hero, or even the ones who think I'm a villain. You've always been something special to me. And Dakota too. Hey, come here. No matter what we find out there, no matter what happens, I want you to trust me. And no, I won't put you in danger. Not now. Not ever. I couldn't live with myself if I did. If I ever break that promise, you gotta promise. Promise to hit me real hard right here. That way I'll feel it. And I'll be able to make up for it. And properly face myself. That way, by the end of everything, we can both be proud. Because I don't dwell on mistakes, honestly. I dwell on repercussion. That's what I'm really worried about. I'm no failure. But I also, well, it helps to get a little encouragement here and there, you know? Your words mean so much. And I'd like to show you so much more of myself, my weakness, my strength, and I will. You can bet on that. But what we need to figure out is where to go from here. Shall we go looking? At the very place where everything started? I'm sure there's a clue we missed. Something linking us to whoever did this. It's kind of a shame, really. Seeing that people would waste their time like this. You know, after everything. I thought it might be someone like Shigaraki. But then I thought, why? And I couldn't find an answer. It was just a gut feeling. All because of a dream I had. I imagined her being minced up again. I don't really want to recall it. The last thing I need is fantasy of that. I get enough of it and other things. Do you think I talk too much about this subject? Does it bother you? I want closure. I understand. And honestly, there's so much that I feel I need to say. But for now, I think I'll save it for later. Because I think you already know. And if you don't, then when the time comes, I'll show you. So it seems. this place really is. A crime scene. Never thought I'd see the yellow tape here. It's both surreal and, given the context, disappointing. I wish we had more to go on. But for now, it's so limited. What's this? I'm not really sure. Looks like a burned piece of paper. But that doesn't even make any sense. What's it doing here? Moreover, it doesn't seem to matter, because whatever's on it, I can't read. What about over here? It's so strange. I feel like this wasn't here when we first discovered it. There must be some kind of secret, unless someone just burned some paper. Though if I got my hands on the bastard that did something like this, it's like spitting on her grave. I'd make them do something nasty. No, silly. I wouldn't go that far. Just because I went that far once doesn't mean I ever want to see that mental state again. That's way too much. And I don't intend to ever repeat it. Moreover, it seems that there's been some kind of a misunderstanding here. Don't misunderstand. She's just someone that I want. Someone that I want to live. Even if I know that chance is gone. I feel like burying her remains. It gives her some rest, and she deserves it. After so much pain, it's impossible to even imagine it. Can you imagine pain like you're dying on a regular basis and not backing down? Some part of me wishes I was that strong. Some part of me is kind of envying her.
Being strong isn't what it's cut out to be.
What? It's not possible. There's no way. Nell?
Is that any way to treat an old friend?
Kitty, get behind me now.
What's the matter, Hitoshi? You look like you've seen a ghost. Now, don't you think we have some catching up to do? Just me and you.